Power Stone. Long ago, before the universe began, 6 powerful stones were created from the explosion of a massive singularity. These infinity stones, each with unique powers, were scattered across the cosmos. The Power Stone is one of them, an ancient remnants of a time even before the universe existed. Born from a singularity, these stones represent fundamental aspects of the cosmos, and the Power Stone, true to its name, embodies raw power. It was once used by the celestial Essen the Searcher to destroy entire civilizations. Over time, it was encased in an object called the Orb and hidden on the distant planet of Morag, where it stayed untouched for thousands of years. Interestingly, in 2014, the Orb became the center of an intense galactic chase. Thanos, the Mad Titan, wanted the Power Stone for his Infinity Gauntlet. He hired Ronan the Accuser to fetch it, but Star-Lord, a rogue adventurer, got to it first. After many twists and turns, the Guardians of the Galaxy eventually delivered the Orb to the Nova Corps for safekeeping. Unfortunately, Thanos later retrieved the stone, used it in his quest to eliminate half the universe, and then destroyed it to prevent anyone from undoing his actions. Not only this, the Avengers, determined to reverse Thanos' devastation, went back in time during the time heist in 2023. War Machine and Nebula traveled to Morag in 2014, retrieved the Power Stone, and brought it back to their timeline. After defeating Thanos in the climactic Battle of Earth, Captain America returns the stone to its rightful place in the past. The Power Stone lives up to its name, radiating unmatched energy capable of wiping out entire planets. It grants its wielder immense strength, durability, and the ability to project powerful energy blasts. When combined with other Infinity Stones, its abilities become even more incredible. For instance, Thanos used it alongside the Space Stone to crush Titan's moon and rain debris on his enemies. However, the stone's energy is so overwhelming that only beings of extraordinary power can wield it safely. Ordinary beings trying to hold or use the stone are instantly destroyed by its force. With his half-celestial heritage, even Star-Lord barely survived holding it for a few seconds. Thanos, though, mastered its potential. He used the Power Stone not just to unleash destruction, but also for more precise tasks like overpowering enemies, creating force fields, and charging objects with explosive energy. Plus, it holds an untamed force that only the strongest can harness. Space Stone. Next up, among the powerful Infinity Stones, the Space Stone stands out for its ability to control space. It has been a key part of many adventures and battles, housed in a blue glowing cube called the Tesseract for centuries. Moreover, the Space Stone allows its users to manipulate space in incredible ways. It can teleport people or objects to any location in the universe, break through barriers, and even bend the laws of physics. With enough skill, it can create black holes, manipulate gravity, or open portals to other dimensions. But it's not just its power, it's also dangerous. Only beings strong enough can safely use it. Others are often overwhelmed or destroyed by its energy. Speaking of its history, the Space Stone passed through many hands. The Asgardians, led by Odin, brought it to Earth around 965 AD, where it was hidden in Norway for centuries. During World War II, the villain Johann Schmidt, also known as Red Skull, used the Tesseract's energy to power advanced Hydra weapons. However, his greed backfired, and he was banished to the distant planet Vormir, cursed to guard the Soul Stone. Later, the Tesseract was recovered by S.H.I.E.L.D. and eventually fell into the hands of the mischievous Loki, who used it to open a portal during the Battle of New York. The Avengers defeated Loki, and the Tesseract was taken back to Asgard, but its story didn't end there. After Asgard's fall, Loki gave it to Thanos, the Mad Titan, to save his life. After that, Thanos shattered the Tesseract to extract the Space Stone, placing it in his Infinity Gauntlet. With it, he warped space effortlessly, defeating enemies and teleporting across galaxies. Along with the other Infinity Stones, it enabled him to carry out his infamous snap, erasing half of all life in the universe. Then in 2023, the Avengers returned to retrieve the Space Stone during their time heist. Despite a mishap that allowed an alternate Loki to escape with the Tesseract, they succeeded by going further back to 1970. After using it in the final battle against Thanos, Captain America returned the stone to its rightful place in history. The Space Stone symbolizes limitless potential and the responsibility that comes with great power. Through its incredible journey, it shaped the universe's fate in terrifying and inspiring ways. Time Stone. The Time Stone is another stone among the 6 Infinity Stones, ancient relics of immense power created from singularities before the universe. Representing time itself, this green gem was safely housed inside the Eye of Agamotto and guarded by the masters of the mystic arts for centuries. In 2017, Doctor Strange became its new protector and used it to outwit Dormammu, a powerful being from the timeless dark dimension. During the Infinity War, Doctor Strange handed the Time Stone to Thanos in exchange for sparing Iron Man's life. Thanos later used it to reverse Vision's death and retrieve the Mind Stone. After using all 6 stones to erase half of all life, Thanos destroyed them to prevent anyone from undoing his actions. In 2023, the Avengers devised a time heist to bring back everyone lost in the snap. Hulk convinced the Ancient One to temporarily give up the Time Stone during their visit to an alternate 2012. Once the Avengers succeeded, Captain America returned the stone to its rightful place in time. Speaking of its power, the Time Stone's abilities are mind-boggling. It gives its wielder control over time, allowing them to reverse or fast-forward events with precision. Encased in the Eye of Agamotto or the Infinity Gauntlet, its power appears as glowing green energy, forming a circular dial that can be turned by hand. Doctor Strange, for instance, used it to reverse the destruction of the Hong Kong Sanctum without affecting himself or his allies. Further, the stone's power can be as small as rewinding a single apple to its uneaten state, or as large as altering an entire timeline. It can even recreate destroyed objects, like when Thanos used it to restore the shattered Mind Stone perfectly. However, using the Time Stone requires immense knowledge and skill. Misusing it can create dangerous time loops and paradoxes, or even destroy the user. In clever hands, the stone can trap opponents in endless loops, as Strange did to Dormammu. However, beings from timeless realms like Dormammu or his zealots can resist its effects to some degree. Overall, combined with the other Infinity Stones, the Time Stone becomes even more powerful. Thanos used it to reshape reality, control space, and with a snap erase half the universe. Though gone now, the Time Stone symbolizes unmatched cosmic potential. Reality Stone. The Reality Stone, one of the 6 legendary Infinity Stones, is an ancient force of nature that embodies the power to control reality. Unlike the other stones, it wasn't solid at first. Instead, it existed as a dark red liquid called the Ether. Long ago, the Dark Elves, led by Malekith, planned to use the Ether to plunge the universe back into eternal darkness. The Asgardians stopped this plan, but in 2013, the Ether re-emerged when it bonded with Jane Foster, sparking another battle with the Dark Elves. After Malekith's defeat, the Asgardians handed the Ether to the Collector for safekeeping. Fast forward to the Infinity War. Thanos retrieved the Ether from the Collector's vault and transformed it into a solid stone. He added it to his Infinity Gauntlet, eventually using it to wipe out half the universe with the snap. Afterward, he destroyed the stones to ensure his actions couldn't be undone. Back in 2023, during the Avengers time heist, Thor and Rocket traveled back to 2013 to extract the Ether from Jane Foster. Once their mission succeeded, Captain America returned the Reality Stone to its rightful timeline. Now let's talk power. Reality Stone is an incredibly powerful artifact that can warp the fabric of existence. It can turn anything into something else. Solid objects, living beings, or even entire landscapes. For instance, Thanos created illusions to trick the Guardians of the Galaxy on Nowhere and reshape Titan's desolate surface to show Doctor Strange its former glory. He even transformed weapons into bubbles, making them harmless. The stone is equally dangerous in combat. Thanos used it to disarm opponents and temporarily distort their bodies, as he did with Drax and Mantis. In Malekith's hands, the Ether boosted his strength and durability, allowing him to regenerate wounds and fight Thor head-on. Additionally, when combined with the other Infinity Stones, the Reality Stone's power multiplies. Thanos used it alongside the Space Stone to manipulate entire planets, and with the Soul and Time Stones to heal his injuries. Ultimately, it played a key role in Thanos' plan to reshape the universe. Despite its destruction, Reality Stone's legacy remains a testament to the incredible potential and peril of wielding the Infinity Stones. Its ability to rewrite reality made it one of the most awe-inspiring forces in existence. Soul Stone. The Soul Stone is one more stone out of the 6 powerful Infinity Stones. This particular stone embodies the essence of the soul. Unlike the others, the Soul Stone has a deep and mysterious connection to life and death. It was kept hidden on the distant planet Vormir, guarded by the ghostly figure of Red Skull since 1945. To claim it, one had to pass its ultimate test, sacrificing someone they truly loved. Back in 2018, Thanos came to Vormir seeking the Soul Stone. To obtain it, he made the heart-wrenching choice to sacrifice Gamora, his beloved daughter. This act gave him the stone, and with it, he completed the Infinity Gauntlet, unleashing the snap that wiped out half of all life in the universe. Later, Thanos destroyed all the stones, including the Soul Stone, to prevent the snap from being reversed. Then in 2023, the Avengers devised the time heist to undo the snap. Hawkeye and Black Widow journeyed to Vormir in an alternate timeline to retrieve the Soul Stone. Tragically, Black Widow gave her life so Hawkeye could secure the stone. After their mission succeeded and the stones were used to restore everyone lost, Captain America returned the Soul Stone to the timeline it was taken from. On top of that, the Soul Stone is often considered the most dangerous and unique of all the Infinity Stones. It holds extraordinary power over the soul, the very essence of life. It can manipulate souls, summon spiritual versions of the deceased, and even bring inanimate objects to life. For example, when empowered by the Soul Stone, the Infinity Crusher became sentient and sought out the other stone. Thanos, despite wielding the Soul Stone, used it sparingly. One key moment was during the Battle of Titan when he combined its power with the Power Stone to expose Doctor Strange's real body among his illusion. The Soul Stone also contains its pocket dimension, known as the Soul World, where the wielder can encounter the souls of the dead. Unlike the other stones, anyone who has made the required sacrifice can wield the Soul Stone, even an ordinary human like Hawkeye. This unique trait sets it apart, making it a symbol of both immense power and profound loss. Its legacy is one of mystery, sacrifice, and unyielding power. Mind Stone. The Mind Stone is also one of 6 Infinity Stones. This stone represents the mind and its incredible potential. At first, it was hidden inside a blue gem on a scepter owned by Thanos, who lent it to Loki during the Chitauri invasion of Earth. After Loki's defeat in the Battle of New York, the scepter was taken by Hydra, where scientists used it to grant Wanda and Pietro Maximoff extraordinary ability. Furthermore, the Avengers retrieved the scepter when Hydra fell, but Ultron later stole it. Ultron broke the gem casing, revealing the Mind Stone inside, and used it to bring Vision to life. Vision carried the stone in his forehead, gaining sentience and unique powers. However, in the Battle of Wakanda, Thanos tore the stone from Vision, killing him. Thanos later destroyed the stone, along with the others, after completing the snap. In 2023, the Avengers carried out the time heist to undo the snap. Captain America, Iron Man, Hulk, and Ant-Man traveled back to 2012 during the Battle of New York to retrieve the Mind Stone. After the final battle against Thanos, Captain America returned the stone to its proper place in the timeline, ensuring no disruptions. Later, Wanda Maximoff recreated the Mind Stone temporarily while bringing a new Vision to life within her Hex reality, but it vanished when she ended the illusion. Regarding its capabilities, the Mind Stone's abilities are remarkable. It can control minds, enhance intelligence, and even grant sentience to artificial beings, as with Ultron and Vision, when Loki's scepter allowed him to manipulate others, project his consciousness, and even influence people without their knowledge. Vision, powered by the stone, could manipulate his density, hack advanced systems, and fire energy blasts. Beyond this, the stone also has a destructive side. It can unleash pure energy in devastating blasts and enhance others' powers, as seen with Wanda and Pietro. It's incredibly resilient, almost indestructible unless met with energy as powerful as its own, like Wanda's chaos magic. To sum up, combined with the other Infinity Stones, the Mind Stone reaches its peak, granting its wielder unimaginable power, but often at great personal cost. Its legacy is one of brilliance and danger, touching the hearts and minds of everyone it encountered. Ego Gem. Long ago, a powerful being with infinite energy existed in the Marvel Universe of Earth 616. Lonely and overwhelmed, this being ended its life, and its essence split into 7 pieces, creating the Infinity Gems. Each gem carried a specific power tied to reality, but one, the Ego Gem, was different. It held the being's psyche, the core of its mind and emotions. Despite this, the Ego Gem somehow ended up in another reality called the Ultraverse, Earth 93,060. Encased in a small pod, it had a unique ability. It could take over the minds of living creatures. While it controlled its hosts, echoes of their personalities mixed with its own, leaving its true motives unclear. Over the years, the pod passed from one host to another, absorbing memories and desires each time. One host, a mercenary named Brian Marymount, left a lasting mark on the gem, filling it with his thirst for vengeance against an ex-partner. Then the pod eventually found Anthony Hernandez, its final host, turning him into a cyborg called Mannequin. Driven by Marmount's lingering grudge, Mannequin went on a rampage, targeting his enemies. However, his actions brought tragedy, as he even killed his brother, enraging his enemy Eliminator. Eliminator crushed Mannequin's head in a climactic battle, causing the pod to fall into a river. At this point, Cersei, an Eternal from Earth 616, arrived in the Ultraverse. She retrieved the pod and freed the Ego Gem inside. The gem merged with her, but allowed Cersei to retain some control. Together, they sought out the other Infinity Gems, which Loki had already gathered. Cersei devised a clever plan, working with Grandmaster to challenge Loki. Ultimately, Cersei merged the Ego Gem with the others, creating a powerful cosmic being called Nemesis. Moreover, Nemesis tried to reshape both realities but was unstable. The combined consciousness of the gems clashed, giving heroes from both universes a chance to fight back. Ultimately, Black Knight struck a decisive blow, destroying the Ego Gem and scattering the remaining 6 gems. The Ego Gem's destruction didn't end its influence entirely. Fragments of its essence spread into some of the other gems, giving them living forms, while others resisted, striving to maintain balance in the universe. Thus, the Ego Gem's chaotic legacy lived on, leaving its mark on the cosmic fabric. Death Stone. The Infinity Stones hold unimaginable power in the vast Marvel universe, shaping reality itself. Each stone carries unique abilities tied to the fundamental forces of the cosmos. But beyond the 6 known stones, another mysterious force has emerged, the Death Stone, a chilling artifact born of cunning, betrayal, and dark ambition. Now, let's talk about its origin. The Death Stone's story begins with Anwen Bakian, a brave young girl who wielded the Reality Stone. When Thanos came for it, she cleverly used its power to create a deadly replica, the Death Stone. This sinister copy was designed to destroy whoever used it. Unaware of the trap, Thanos placed it in his Infinity Gauntlet. The Death Stone ignited a black fire, consuming him until nothing remained but ashes. Hela, the Asgardian goddess of death, became a key figure in the Death Stone's legacy. From Earth 15,335, she freed Thanos from a dreamlike prison crafted by Black Panther and gave him the stone. Thanos, obsessed with the concept of death and its power, saw it as an opportunity to conquer even the abstract being known as death. Their clash was catastrophic, as Thanos managed to trap death herself in a black gem, transforming it into the ultimate Death Stone. Amazingly, this dark artifact wasn't entirely new. Hints of a black Infinity Stone had surfaced earlier, first appearing in Thor's visions of Thanos wielding Mjolnir embedded with all the Infinity Stones. Thanos commanded an army of undead heroes in these visions, showcasing the Death Stone's terrifying potential. Thanos' experiments with death didn't stop there. He once tried to create a Death Stone by using Hela as a vessel, but Thor intervened, stopping his plans. Still, Thanos' obsession endured. While imprisoned in a black hole, he used the time to forge a device capable of wielding Death's power, creating a vessel strong enough to contain her essence. Interestingly, the Death Stone isn't the only extra Infinity Stone. Marvel once introduced the Ego Gem, a 7th Infinity Stone from the Ultraverse. Unlike the others, the Ego Gem embodied consciousness, representing the essence of a being called Nemesis, who supposedly created the original stones. Although its status remains uncertain in the current Marvel canon, the Ego Gem's history intrigues fans. In the ever-expanding Marvel Universe, the Death Stone and its dark origins remind us that power comes at a devastating cost, especially over life and death. Who knows what its legacy will bring next? I hope you enjoyed this video, so don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel for more amazing content.